Speaking on the budget in the Lok Sabha, an honorable member said, "Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for the opportunity given to me to say a few words on the budget. First of all, I would like to extend my hearty congratulations to the Finance Minister on presenting a good budget in this House under the present circumstances of the country. For this, he has won the administration of the whole country. Just now, a member of the opposition raised many points during his speech on the budget. I am glad that he expressed his appreciation over a number of points covered in the budget. I am sure that it is a testimony that there is not much for the opposition to say against this budget. I want to refer to another thing. It has been said again and again in the newspapers that this is an election year budget, but I do not think that this is an election budget in any way. I would like to point out that if it had been an election budget, no attention would have been paid to any important scheme, and it would have been framed as a vote mobilizer only. But there is no such point in this budget which makes it an election budget. So it is not fair to say that this is an election budget. So far as the question of policy is concerned, I would like to mention that the budget presented by the Finance Minister has tried to improve the condition of the poor and workers. It has impeded the visions of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and others. I do not know whether there is any point on which we have not been logical. It is evident from the very fact that the ruling party has always tried to fulfill its promises. It stood for independence during the freedom struggle. Later on, it fulfilled the promises made in regard to the improvement of the condition of the farmers, laborers, and workers. I would like to emphasize that we are still marching ahead in that path. We had only stated that we would present an example before the world by uplifting the poor and the backward in this country. We are moving forward continuously in that direction. I would like to know whether these are points which would attract the criticism of the people. It is not proper to say that this is an election budget. I would like to know what wrong turn we have taken while starting the work of alleviation of poverty, removal of employment, promotion of rural industries, etc. So we are only following a sound policy. Finally, I would like to say a few words about the problem of inflation and soaring prices. I may point out that this problem arises only out of the implementation of various development programs. Anyone who has a basic knowledge of economics knows that deficit budgeting is only natural in a developing country. It is quite natural when we try to realize our desires and when we have a number of programs to achieve those ends. As a matter of fact, however, in the world it can be done without deficit budgeting. We cannot make progress with scarcity of resources and lack of policies for development. When we implement development projects, it certainly resulted in inflation. We are doing our best to remove poverty. It naturally results in deficit budgeting and inflation. So there can be no grievances about inflation in the present context. Stop.